I want to talk about a touchy subject right now, and that's your negative behavior. Mine too. I'm the same. We're all humans. We're all in this together. So our negative behavior comes from distant ancestors. I call them cavemen, right? It could be cave women, people who lived in caves long, long ago. I want you to imagine what it took for them to survive. Just imagine. What did they have to live like? What did they have to think? What occupied their every waking moment? Survival. They had to worry about what was coming at them, human, animal, weather, whatever it was. They had to think about water and food and fire every day. Everything was on edge because without it, they couldn't survive. Well, that thinking habit, pattern, whatever you want to call it, has been passed on for after eons down all the generations and finally handed to us. And why? Well, because the people that were like that and were super successful at that, they're the ones that survived and they're the ones that we're the descendants of. So when you think about that, like that's interesting, don't you think? That we survived, well, not just we, they survived and all of our ancestors survived and they were all good at that. And that's what I think is important for us to understand is we are pre-programmed, hardwired for negativity. But is it really necessary? No, it isn't. We do not need to worry about fire and food. We can go to the grocery store and buy anything we want, basically. And our houses are heated, and we don't need to worry about that either. I want you to think about then, why do we still hang on to that? Well, because it's hardwired in our DNA. So let's work at getting rid of that. Now, that's like getting rid of a bad habit. If you've ever chewed your nails or I don't know, swore, like swearing is one of mine. That's a very bad habit. And so I have to work hard to notice that I'm doing it before I do it and then choose not to do it. Well, that's what a bad habit is like. And then to change it, that's what it takes. And it takes every day, all day long, consistent effort. And pretty soon you notice, I don't swear anymore. That's interesting. I used to swear all the time. You need to think about that. That's how it's going to be for your negativity. So I want you to try something, just a little something. I want you to try to not be negative for 30 seconds. And I'm talking about anything like, oh, that looks terrible there. Oh, I don't like that about my house. Oh, that food is awful. Anything, nothing, no negative, nothing negative, especially about yourself. Now, try that for 30 seconds and you think, well, that's stupid. That's going to be easy. It isn't. We are so hardwired and we don't even realize we're doing it until we do. And once we realize, then we can start to shift and not do it. And I'll tell you what, that negativity is just dragging you down, 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 and down. So in order to feel lighter and happier and better about life, we need to get rid of that. Now, it's just focusing on 30 seconds of not doing it and then building up longer periods of time as you go along. And the first thing is recognizing that you do it. You probably think, oh, I'm not negative. And everybody I've told to do this, they come back to me and they go, man, am I ever negative? Guess what? We all are. We're descendants from those people who survived being very negative thought process, right? They had to be that. And so we're the ones who got it. And it's like handing it to us on a silver platter. Here you go. Well, we don't want that. So let's get rid of it. But it takes consistent effort. So I want you to really dig in and try that. Really try just periods of time. Set an alarm for 30 seconds. Set an alarm for 1 minute. Then work to 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Once you get to 10 minutes, it's pretty good because you've already practiced not being negative. And then you probably can go all day. And then pretty soon I want you to ask yourself, how come I feel so much better? And understand, hey, because I'm not being negative. Will you give it a try? I hope you will. Talk to you later. Bye.